Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we currently don't have any manpower. But we're planning to go to war. We just captured a Japanese agent, sure. That's fine. We are working on a whole lot of things here, and South Africa here, they're fascist. We're going to take them over though, because they have resources that we want. That's the term we're looking for. Now Rexist Belgium is currently getting wrecked by the Allies. And that's not necessarily the greatest thing that we have ever seen. So that's definitely a thing. We're going to continue to research a bunch of these light tank parts. In fact, I think we can get another one going here. Yes, indeed. There we go. So we're going to get these improved amphibious tanks soon enough. We're going to get amphibious sections ready to go soon-ish. But first we are working on filling out our garrison divisions, and we're currently short on equipment for these. Now we are producing some infantry equipment. Let's go ahead and... Man, this is laggy. Allies, can you guys chill? Like, seriously. We're just gonna do that. Yeah, that's gonna cut our modern tank production pretty dramatically, but what are you gonna do? We need the infantry equipment. Okay, so there we go. We are working on infrastructure, which will help us with our resource issues. Rexist Belgium wants to join. Not right now, buddies. If you had joined before the UK declared war on you, then sure. But we are not going to war with the Allies right now. We are in no position for that. So we are making our way through the Russian Empire as quickly as we can, and we're going to just make our way on over. Fantastic. We're on pretty good terms with the Allies, ultimately. They are unsuspecting, and it's wonderful. And we found ourselves a nice little target to take over. And then after that, we have a pretty good in on Portugal, right? Because Portugal has this over here, sure. They've got Portuguese Angola, they've got Portugal here, and then they've got all of this over here. So we have good borders with Portugal. Are they guaranteed by anybody? No, Portugal stands on their own. So we might want to end up going after Portugal as well. What do they actually have for resources? So we want to go after Portugal after this. What about up over here? Rubber. We don't care about rubber necessarily. What about down here? Steel. Yes. Aluminum. Yes. Okay. Sounds great. We're going to get a lot of chromium out of South Africa, so that's great as well. So, I mean, we're going to need to wait until our divisions have reached the starting points, right? We're still making our way through, and some of our divisions are passing through the Strait of Dover, so that's great. Absolutely fantastic on that front. And these divisions should have their equipment delivered to them soon enough. In theory. I mean, we could just straight up deploy them, right? That's a thing we could do. And in fact, it's a thing we are going to do. Any of these that can be deployed will be deployed at this time. Yes, they're going to be short on equipment and manpower, some of them, but that's understood. So these 18, they go into, I believe it is this unit. Is that correct? Yes. That is indeed correct. And off they go. We'll get their manpower and equipment to them a little bit later on. So that'll be fine. Fantastic. We do need to rescue our operative here, and so we shall. We'll get that going. He will be killed within 141 days, so let's go ahead and do that. We're also going to work on our government cipher school. Great. Okay. So, reinforcements are probably top priority. Upgrades are medium priority. Operations and garrisons are low priority, I think, for our recruit and deploy. Currently sending weapons to Slovakia, but we haven't actually delivered any. Okay, that's slightly awkward. But that'll be fine. Excellent. So we'll just get that underway, and our upgrades are where we're mostly missing our equipment here. We're missing some towed anti-air as well as some infantry equipment. Okay, yeah, that would be a thing that we would be missing the towed anti-air. This isn't going to require very much steel, so let's just get that going like so. Excellent. There we go. And we're working away on this infrastructure, and so our deficits should be getting a little bit lower, and they are declining. They're not great, but they're getting lower. We're pretty much only having a deficit of steel and chromium right now, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. When is our infantry going to arrive over here? Well, they're on their way. They'll show up soon enough. Yeah, I know we're short on manpower. We're very short on manpower. Our last modern tank brigade will be done here in just a moment. 2 days, in fact. Or 4 days? 4 days. That's fine. The lag has stopped, which is slightly shocking. Not exactly sure why that's the case. We just captured a Russian operative. Okay. Belgium was puppeted. Light tank destroyers have finished up. And Burundi has joined the Allies. Okay. We're going to continue researching on this tree. And we're just plowing our way through all of the research. We have the research that is important to us, so that is fine. There we go. Get those guys in there. And we're still preparing these divisions, and we haven't arrived at these locations yet, of course. We're starting to get close, though. So that's great. We've got a lot of troop flow going on. And currently, we are working on upgrading, or not really upgrading, but training 3 of these simultaneously. I've definitely seen better, but that's okay. What else are we short on for reinforcements? So we're missing about... We're missing about 36,000 manpower. We're also missing some support equipment. Okay, fair enough. We definitely do want to get that support equipment up here. That's not going to take all that much steel either. So we'll get that support equipment going. What else are we missing? We have the towed anti-air and the modern tanks. Okay. And then for this, that's just towed anti-air and infantry equipment. No requests. And support equipment. Sure. So with us actually producing support equipment again, that will be helpful. Now, we're not producing that much support equipment, only 14.72 per day, but these don't really slow down our tank demands that much because we're mostly diminished by chromium right now on our tank line. So that's fine. This doesn't really hurt our tank production at all things considered. This advanced artillery here is not really progressing, and let's just go ahead and put that in front of our modern tanks as well. And that'll drop our modern tank production a little bit, but that's fine. We're producing jet fighters and jet tactical bombers. We don't really need to be producing motorized right now. We've got plenty of those stored up, so that's fine. I think we're solid here at this point. Excellent. That is fantastic, and we can go ahead and launch this. Not all operatives have been assigned yet. Okay, so we would need this guy to be assigned, and we commence this. There we go. Wonderful. So you can see here we're currently losing fuel. That's because we are moving a lot of stuff around. That's to be expected. Let's check our naval supremacy map mode. This looks great. This is exactly what we want to see. Fantastic. We're not expecting South Africa to have much naval power. Not much naval power at all. So we'll be done justifying against them in about 25 days. Will our troops be ready to launch yet? Maybe. Actually, in 25 days, I think, yes, they'll be ready to launch. So that's wonderful. Of course, our manpower is still disappearing into the cavernous maw of our garrison divisions. We're going to toss these guys out over here. And they go, I believe, into this unit, correct? Correct. Okay. So they're going to continue eating up manpower and equipment for a little while. We're going to have a deficit on that for a bit. But that is A-okay. We are producing 562.21 infantry equipment per day. Now, we need a lot for upgrades, but upgrades are kind of lower priority. So this should be fine, I think. Our production of support equipment is slightly low. We may want to bump this up, like so. Of course, in order to do that, we would need to free up military factories. And I'm going to bump these down to 10 each, like that. Now, do we have free military factories here? I don't believe so. Okay. Looks good. It tossed more at modern tanks. I guess that's okay. That'll be fine. We did grab that one. We have not grabbed this one. Okay, and we'll grab this one as well. Perfect. So once we're done moving around over here, we'll see our fuel start to go back up. We're not going to have any fuel concerns for a while. That'll be just fine. And we'll launch this invasion soon-ish. I'm not expecting that they're going to be able to hold this off. I don't know what they actually have. We see that they might be able to resist us over here. If that's the case, that's fine. We're not too concerned about it. There we go. Our fuel's going back up. Perfect. So, what's our deficit on manpower currently? Pretty high. Pretty high. Let's check our supply areas over here. Supplies appear to be completely fine over here. No concerns. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Fantastic. We're going to have supply concerns over here. I don't think there's any doubt about that one, especially if we don't manage to take any of these naval bases. That's going to be real grim if we don't manage to take naval bases. Real grim. But I do expect that we'll be able to. Okay, I'm going to actually change some things around here. These guys are the ones with the battleships. So we're actually going to assign them to naval invasion support. They're not going to be assigned here. No, they are going to be assigned here. What am I talking about? Naval invasion support here and here. Okay, there we go. So we'll switch them over like so. That'll get us a nice naval bombardment going in. Fantastic. And we're going to continue to get our manpower coming in here. There we go. There's our month's tick of manpower. And that will go away quite quickly. For reinforcements, we are lacking quite a lot of manpower there as well. But that's to be expected. This is fully expected. We're going to deploy these two units. They are, of course, going to go into that unit of Coast Guard. Fantastic. And we are working our way through these garrison units. They have enough manpower to train for a while, but we're very low on our manpower. There's no doubt about it. Ah, this actually allows us to put a unit into here. This is a foreign unit of shock troopers, and that, of course, means that we can cancel one of these units. And so we shall. And those 567 men will be distributed to other units. Perfect. So our justification here is over. The question is, do we launch with our 0 manpower? They have up to 2 million manpower. But that's probably okay. 28 to 88 total divisions. Really? That's more than I expected. If we declare this, this will get us 1% world tension. I don't mind that. Okay, so let's do it, and let's give this a go. Let's see how this goes. If this landing goes extremely poorly, problems will ensue. But I'm not necessarily expecting that it goes incredibly poorly. That said, our major issue right now is we have a pretty distinct lack of manpower, so we have to win this quickly. If this goes to a war of attrition, it's going to be rough. There's no doubt about it. Very, very rough indeed. We are working our way through a lot of this infrastructure, and that will get done pretty quickly. Ah, yes. Our other members of the faction want to join the war. And so they shall. Perfect. That's fantastic. So we will annex South Africa, we hope. We hope that we don't get repelled here. It would be very awkward indeed if we did. And then this would kind of devolve into a phony war. So our war support is currently really, really low, and I would like to run a war propaganda campaign. Unfortunately, we've never been able to because we are running a war propaganda campaign already, so that's a thing, I guess. Now that would give us stability, not war support. So I would definitely like to get more war support, but alas, it's not a thing currently. Ah, another division here to toss into our garrison unit. That is fantastic. That, of course, allows us to cancel another one of these units. We're going to cancel this one, giving us an additional 578 troops to spread out amongst our garrison units. Wonderful. So we are making our way on in with our invasion force. And in theory, that should be just fine. We are going to work on a light... Oh, no, we already got that one. We're going to work on medium tank destroyers. Sure. And there's another one. Fantastic. We're going to work on medium self-propelled artillery. And here comes our forces. What do we find when we get there? That is a question, isn't it? Yes, we will accept your fighter threes. I don't know what we're going to do with the fighter threes, but we'll accept them. Like, there's not much we can do with them. Okay, so this is another infantry division. That's great. That allows us to cancel yet another one of these. We'll cancel this one. That's another 575 troops to throw around. Wonderful. And of course, it's more than that, ultimately, because it ends up being like 11,000. So that's great. Inward we go. Let's see. This fleet is our fleet that is on invasion support. Okay. Oh, that was a bit laggy. Sure. So we're going to launch a bunch of simultaneous invasions here, or kind of simultaneous invasions. And in theory, we're not expecting a lot of opposition. And it looks like we're not going to get that opposition. I'm not seeing any enemy units currently. At all. Like, literally none. There's one. Or some, anyway. We don't know how many. They're going to allow us to land in the north, it looks like. Yeah. We're winning here. Now we're losing. Okay. We have managed to get landfall. Unfortunately, we currently do not have any supplies. Top priority, building naval bases here. Secondary priority, land forts here. Okay. Top priority, naval bases here. Secondary priority, land forts here. Something like that. Do we think that we're going to get to keep this for too long? Honestly, probably not. We're probably going to take some pretty big hits here. Unless we get them pushed back here. Okay, Lend-Lease there, that's fine. This is deeply unfortunate that they have this many troops up here. We had no intel on them, and that's our own fault, of course. So we're definitely losing at all of the naval bases, and that is deeply problematic. Deeply, deeply problematic. We've landed here. Naval bases. Land forts. Okay. So a lot of these guys, they're getting repelled. This is going to be rough. This is going to be really rough. They're not going to give us enough time to build up these land forts. Or rather, build up these naval bases. We're already beginning to take attrition over here because we're out of supplies. Okay, we have another one done over here. Naval bases and land forts. All of these should still be constructing. Yes, they are. Okay. This is very, very rough indeed. No doubt about that one. Improved amphibious tanks have finished up. We do have a free military factory. We should look at that. And we are going to grab medium tank 3s. Okay, and this military factory, I think we're going to toss into advanced anti-air. There we go. There's no way they let us just sit here long enough, right? Absolutely none. Where are these guys going? Oh, up to there. Awkward. Sure. I really feel like they don't let us do this. Like, all they have to do is attack us right now, and we just lose all of these units. So there's that. We are getting some land forts constructed, and we're working on naval bases, but it's so far away. It takes so long to get that done. If, by some miracle, we get a toehold here, then great. If not, this is going to be very problematic indeed. Now, of course, we probably should have waited until we had our amphibious units, but it sounded like work. So instead, we're just throwing away huge amounts of manpower that we don't have. Oh, boy. It's exciting stuff, that. Well, we're keeping them kind of busy over here, I guess. Kind of busy. Let's see, we got all of our light tank researches, correct? Correct. Do we have all of our heavy tank researches? Yes. Do we have all of our super heavies? No. We'll grab this one. Okay. They're attacking here now. Yeah, this is not going to go well. We're going to lose these units. Unless we manage to hold this through some miracle. Let's see, how long until we start to get some of those first naval bases? 1 November, 30 October. 10 days. These guys are moving south. 10 days is a really long time, though. It's a really long time when you're in this situation. 7 days now. A land fort finished up over here. We did have a unit completely destroyed here. That I don't know what type of unit that was just yet. That was an infantry unit. So we're going to need to train an infantry division, and it'll be a while before that's ready to go. We'll need a replacement infantry division. We knew we'd take losses on this, most likely. We're actually winning this defense through some miracle. We will have this one done in just 4 days. Those land forts are in progress, shall we say. Edge of my seat right now. We're in a autosave, I think. Or something. Ah, Australia is assuming responsibility for colonial holdings. Sure. So, I mean, those land forts are definitely helping. There's no doubt about it. They're attacking here now. That's going to be rough. Can we win that? I don't know that we do. It's 29 October, though. It's 30 October. We have a naval base here. So we have a supply throughput over here. So this army is now capable of drawing an offensive line like this. And we'll get them started on that. Now, their supply throughput is not going to be great for a little while. So that's fine. I don't want this guy to be aggressively executing this. Just regular execute, please. In fact, cautiously execute it. Can you just, like, stop? There. Okay. So we'll cautiously execute that one. These guys were stack wiped. That's not shocking. So we need what? 6 and 10. So we need 2 units of tank and 6 units of infantry. Okay, so we're going to queue up 6 units here. And we're going to train up a unit of armor. Just a single unit. And yes, this is going to take a while to replace. I'm aware of this. So we're going to go ahead and grab... Let's see here. Have we already gotten this one? Yes. Okay. We'll grab this one. Fantastic. We're currently losing this attack down here, and the question is, when does this naval base finish? It doesn't. That got stack wiped. Okay. So, we need to abandon construction of this as well as this. We also need to abandon construction over here. This is no longer relevant. Okay, and then this construction over here is still relevant. 6 November for that one. So 5 more days over there. Okay. So what did we end up losing with these guys? We ended up losing 4 units of... Yeah, 4 units of tank and 8 units of infantry. Okay. So we're going to recruit like that and like that. Okay. And they're going to attack over here as well, so we're going to lose another 5 and 3. That's fine. So we should abandon construction over there soon enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3. Yes, it was costly. We knew it would be. But we have a front over here. And that is what was important. And yes, these guys, they're going to go away. But that is fine. Goodbye, lads. It was nice knowing you. They didn't manage to hold out long enough. And this is something that having some units that are actually designed for this sort of thing would be useful. But there we go. We did manage to get one front over there. And that's great. We're very, very happy about that. So for now, we're going to work on strengthening this front via usage of additional naval bases and additional land forts over here. We're not ready to strike out just yet, but we will be soon enough. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will start actually running over South Africa. It was an expensive landing, but we knew that would be the case. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. I will see you all next time.